Hello guys, I hope you are all fine. So in today's video I'm going to show you that if you have a Chromebook C720 which is outdated and the Chrome OS doesn't support any apps and you are unable to install even Google Play Store, this is how you can tackle with that. So here we have, if I zoom in, here we have the Chromebook C720 and this process is same for C720 and C740. Both variants are totally same and they come with 4 GB RAM and 16 GB of internal storage. But if you have a high budget and you can upgrade your SSD, which is probably located here, and you can just unscrew it and pull it out and insert your new NVMe SSD, which can be 128 GB or 64 GB. Well, I'll recommend 128 GB because I also have another C740 Chromebook in which I am using 128 GB SSD, and I have installed Windows 11 on it, and it runs smoothly, and it uses it handles all my office apps, and I use it for my medical lab, and it is very handy. The battery backup is very good, and the procedure will be same for both. So since I don't have enough money right now, or I can't afford a 128 GB SSD, and also this is a very cheap kind of Chromebook, so I don't want to upgrade it. I just want to do another operating system in it which can download apps. So after some research I have came to know about Xubuntu, which is Xubuntu, and I have already booted the ISO image of Xubuntu in this pen drive. So now we will plug it in and let me show you further steps. Let's get started. Since I have 4 GB RAM and 16 GB of storage, I will be using the Xubuntu, which is same as the Chrome OS in size, which is also 7 GB. And besides that, you also have a SD card stored, which you can use to extend your memory, or you can use external hard drive, but I think an SD card would be preferable. And here we have our headphone jack, a second USB, an HDMI, and charging port. By the way, if you think that this HDMI is useless, let me tell you, it is not. I have a 24-inch LCD 1080p display, and I often use it, the Chromebook, with that, because this is just 11-inch of screen and it is not very good, so I use an external display with it. Now the first step will be to remove all these screws, and after that I took an ATM card, and then by swapping it in these corners, I pulled the screen up. Let me show you.
So guys, here I have already opened my Chromebook and uncovered it. So here you can see the battery, and along with it, that's the screw which we need to pull out, because this is the write protection screw, and it will not let Chromebook install any other operating system. It is okay sometimes if you do not pull it out, but it will cause some problems afterwards. So I suggest you that you pull it out, and this is very simple procedure, and I think you should do it. This is very easy. So I'm not throwing it away, I'm keeping it for now.
Guys, after removing the read and write protection screw, I have again covered it with the back cover, and now we will start our laptop, and we will boot into Xubuntu. So on my computer I have enabled developer mode, and I have also disabled OS verification. To do that, all you have to do is, when this show up, before pressing the power button, you will have to press escape and this refresh key, escape, refresh, and you have to keep pushing it while you turn it on. So you wouldn't leave these, you would press them both, and after that you would see a screen. It will ask you to turn off your, if you want to turn off your voice verification, press enter, and you will press enter. This will disable voice verification, and you will see a line, a purple colored line in this, and your PC will start 2 to 3 times restart, and after that your verification will be off. Now here it is written that my PC will restart after entering into the uh, developer mode, but as you can see here that it has half a way to go. Right now it is at 43% and 5760. After it is completed, my Chromebook will again boot, and then we will do the further of the process. You have to keep it in mind that I also watched some videos where people installed Ubuntu in their Chromebooks, but let me tell you, in my other laptop I have a Kali Linux and I also have a Ubuntu, and Kali Linux boots very fast, whereas Ubuntu takes time even on an SSD. So my advice is you install Xubuntu, which is I think also called Xubuntu or something else, but the Ubuntu is for higher end machines and Xubuntu is for lower end machines like this Chromebook. Now it is booting. Here we go. Now I think all the data has been wiped, and it will ask me to enable debugging feature.
Okay guys, so I again watched this video, and after I did everything there was a mistake that I made, which was I enabled debugging features. You do not need to, otherwise this will fail. I did this mistake of enabling debugging features, but then I spent 1.5 hour finding out what was the problem, and it was that I enabled debugging mode. So keep in mind, do not enable debugging mode and continue with the process. I made this mistake. Now I again power washed my Chromebook, and I will start it from scratch.
Okay guys, so some update. So I made one mistake, which was when I turned on the developer mode after setting up, while I was setting up my Chromebook, what I did was I enabled debugging mode, but that sets a root password which I did not allow, but it was set by default, which was my mistake obviously. So then I again power washed, which means that I reset again my Chromebook, and then I went to one of this website which is called mrchromebooks.tech. You can see here, and right here in the firmware utilities script there was this script. I copied it, and then I came back to the terminal by clicking Control Alt and T all together, and after that what I did was I typed in shell, which gave me the access of shell, and then I pasted the link which I took from that website. But this time this did not ask for password, and everything has done quite smoothly, as you can see here. So tada, we are finally here, and now I am unable to install my custom OS, which is Linux. Okay, so now let me show you here. It is asking me which option do I want here, and as you know I want to delete this Chrome OS and I want to install a new firmware, so I will choose this second option, install or update UEFI, option 2, which is here, and here comes 2, and then I pressed the enter key, and it is asking me if I want to continue. Y is for yes and N for no. So I will obviously press Y and then click enter, and it is asking me if I still want to go forward. because there will be not coming back. But yes, I do want to go. So it was asking me for the options, and I selected that I don't want to back up my Chrome OS, which they highly recommend. So in the first and second warning, they ask that if you want to back up, if you want to continue, tell us, because there won't be any coming back. But in the third warning, they ask if we want to make a backup, which I obviously did not want, so I told it no. And now the uh, process has been progressed, and this is what is going on now. So as you can see that it is telling me here that my full ROM firmware successfully installed, and it is asking it is telling me that it may take more than 30 seconds to boot after I press enter button, because it will boot into EFI menu. So let's see what happens and enter. Yeah, here we go. So reboot. To reboot we will press R. Here we are. Oh my god. Yes guys, it did boot into this menu, and I'm happy with that. I already have inserted my Xubuntu. Now we will definitely try Xubuntu, and I will tell you why it is a good option to install Xubuntu instead of Ubuntu for this specific model, obviously. By the way, this Chromebook belongs to my brother. So my brother is a student, and he wanted a Chromebook which he can carry to his college along with his books, and the laptops are heavy, and he only needed the office apps. And if you don't know, all the Linux apps have a very good, office app which is called uh, LibreOS, and LibreOffice, I think. And I have also been using LibreOffice in my Windows laptop for quite some time, and yes, it is very good. It has a small size, but it is good. Now let's go with our installation. I will definitely connect it to my Wi-Fi. And so one thing that I noticed is that it is a bit laggy, or you can say it takes much more time than Chrome OS. Okay, so here you can see that it is asking me if I want a normal installation, in which this will include web browser, utilities, office software, and this and that. But obviously right now I want a minimal installation, and no, I don't want updates to install along with my Xubuntu. This should be done later. I will have enough time, but right now we are running short of time because the video has also been so much long. Guys, pardon me for my English. I can only concentrate on one thing. Either it can be on the language, or I can show you the right steps, because English is not my native language. I can speak many other languages, but English, no. So here we are. The computer currently has no detected operating system. Yes, it is right. So this will now erase the disk and install Ubuntu, Xubuntu. So you will have to know that something that the Linux operating systems, and the Windows operating system, and Mac OS, everything, and all the other operating system, they use a different type of storage type for them. So when we erase disk, this will automatically change the disk to the type which is called, I think, SDA or something else, and it will change the type to match for only the Linux machines. After this I will be able to install any Linux related operating system, but if I want to install a Windows or Mac OS, I'll have to make a separate partition, and I'll have to change the
the storage type for it, and then I'll have to install in that particular partition which is specifically for macOS or Windows. So since I am right now here, so I will definitely select it, Riyadh. Okay, this is good. Now let's get further. This is asking me what is my name, so I will setting up this laptop for my brother, and his name is Ahmed Samnan. Pick a username, that's good. The password should be login automatically, and here is the password, and here I confirm this password. Let's continue. Hopefully we have done everything, and yes, we have done everything. Now it is just installing rest of the things. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. And I tested my Chromebook and it is working perfectly fine. I tested it a day later, and I hope you liked my video. If yes, please give it a subscribe and watch my other videos also.